Welcome to Gabe in the kitchen. Today we're going to be making Jamaican beef patties from scratch. Let's go. Whoops. I'm not sponsored, but I get it all. We'll start with our pastry. It needs to set for about 30 to an hour, so we'll start with that and then we'll move on to the filling. So first, I've got here 27 grams of milk? 27?
35.
235 mils of milk is 1 cup. And I've got here with me some apple cider vinegar, but ideally you want to use white vinegar. All we're going to do is get 1 tablespoon worth in here. Measure our tablespoon. Give that a stir, and then we'll let it sit for 5 minutes, guys. Essentially, we're making a kind of buttermilk, aren't we?
Ooh.
Let's get Alexa. Alexa, timer for 5 minutes, please. Now,
starting now.
In here, we've got 450 grams of all-purpose flour, plain flour. Put that into a mixing bowl.
We left our blue bowl somewhere else.
Yeah. And then here we've got 1 tablespoon of turmeric, 1 tablespoon of curry powder, 1 tablespoon of baking powder, and then 1 teaspoon of salt. It's about 3 grams here. Because we're using salted butter, we've reduced it to 3 grams. If you're not using salted butter, so unsalted, use 6 grams.
But Gabriel, don't you usually use chicken salt? Wouldn't that have been a better flavour?
Chicken salt would have been a better flavour. If you want to use chicken salt, go for it. Mix that with a fork. We've frozen our butter. It's 220 grams of butter. We just measured it out and put it in the freezer just to make life a bit easier. If I can get the thing out of the bag, just grate it into your mix. Just gonna go ahead and grate that. Be careful, guys. Watch your fingers. Taking forever. So coincidentally, it actually took 5 minutes to grate that whole block of cheese. And that was me. Butter. Oh God. Grating butter is such a weird thing to say. Anyway, yeah, it took a while longer than I thought, but we got there. If you have a food processor, pulse it for 6 minutes. 6 not minutes, 6 pulses. Pulse it for 6 pulses, and that should sort this. So now,
get your hand in there.
Get a fork.
Don't be shy.
No. Get a fork. And then mix this in there. The shortcut part of crumbling. That's the technique. Just looked it up.
No, rubbing.
Rubbing. That's the technique. Just looked it up. So. Oh.
Gabriel.
Listen. See, my hands are quite cold, so I don't have any problems with melting. You can see how I'm...
Yes.
This is another technique you can use, the rubbing together like so. And you're looking for a breadcrumb texture, just like that. Just if you give that a stir for us, please, that milk. That's right. Now, we're going to add that slowly to our mixture. Little well in the middle, like so.
He's making pasta.
And then I'll go tablespoon at a time. If you don't like getting, my tip will be
not a proper chef.
Use your... Listen here. When I make puff puff, guys, keep an eye out for puff puff.
Man doesn't make puff puff. Man's never made puff puff.
Well, I'm gonna make it for you guys.
Guess who has made puff puff?
She made it the wrong way, guys.
No, I didn't.
Anyway, back to this. I can tell it's too wet. I'm gonna add a little bit of plain flour to there. That out. Then we're just gonna form that like so. So notice I'm not kneading, I'm just forming. Right, so now that we've formed this, I'm happy with that. That's what you're looking for. So I'm just gonna put that back in there and we'll let it rest for at least 30 minutes to an hour.
In the where?
In the fridge.
There we go.
Cover it, let it rest.
Go.
So guys, we're gonna make...
Ooh, do it again.
I'm not doing it again. We're gonna make our filling. What we're gonna need is, we've gone for 12% beef mince. You can go lean if you want, 5%. You can go a bit more fatty, 30%. We like something somewhere in the middle. So we're gonna need about 1.5 tablespoons in there. That's one whole onion chopped. And there we've got some Scotch bonnet. That is about 1 Scotch bonnet. It was frozen, that's why it's got that texture when I chopped it. But you can puree it as well. Just chop and keep chopping if you got the fresh one. We're going to put our onions straight in there. Let it start sizzling away. Now that these are softened, I'm going to add my Scotch bonnet right in there. I like to keep things as healthy as possible. But you see a lot of people from my parts of the world, so West Africa, I'm looking at you. They just drown everything in oil, man.
Palm oil.
Palm oil, any recipe, so jollof. It's just oil. And it tastes so damn good. But we like to strike a balance between health and taste. So we're not going to use that much oil. As you notice that we've got some kind of funny looking oil here. This is what it's infused oil. Get yourself one of these from Amazon. Whenever you fry any meats, the seasoning goes into the oil, filter that out, and then you've got your own infused oil. Right. When it's about ready, I'm just going to go ahead and add my mince. There we go. So break your mince up. So bottom is sort of cooked brown, and then the top is still raw. That's the way it absorbs the flavor. Good old favorite chicken stock. We're only going to use 1 teaspoon this time. Spoon in there. Mixed herbs. 1 teaspoon in there. 500 grams of beef mince. You can use anywhere from 450 to 500 grams, whatever pack you can get. 1
heaped
teaspoon of smoked paprika. Fun fact, smoked paprika is just dried bell peppers into a powder. Let's go for a bit more. 1 teaspoon
but we've
of
put
black
Scotch bonnet
pepper
in there.
with our liquid seasoning and Maggi. Just give it like 3 or 4 dashes in there. Curry powder, 1 teaspoon. At this point you want to give it a stir. Like so. Get your oil, your infused oil, whatever you got. You want about just 1 teaspoon in there, nothing much. Put a can of pureed tomatoes, 1 teaspoon. The reason we do that is because we want to, if you show them, Jeff, we want to fry off all the acidity and get it to be a little bit sweeter. Alexa was trying to interrupt the video. Anyway, that's what you want to do. Nicely fried. In there, I like to add mixed herbs to my, I think the flavors pair really well. So I just add 1 heaped teaspoon of minced garlic and ginger. 1 tablespoon. I'm just going to do 2 teaspoons in there. And then whatever alcohol you have, red wine, white wine, we have.
Oh, here we go. Just use vinegar. Man's
vinegar,
obsessed with cooking with this stuff.
I am. You want about 1 tablespoon. We're not going to use too much. Right where it's on direct heat so it can dissolve. Just like that. Can I show him?
Am I not showing?
I can see you now. You want to be like there so they can see it.
No, I don't want to be too zoomed in.
You don't want to be too zoomed in.
Exactly.
Anyway, enough of the camera. So, now that we've made a lovely tomato sauce, we're going to mix that in before our mince burns too long. Now this is where the Asian fusion comes in for the African. I've sort of, my cooking, you'll notice, uses a lot of Asian and African style cookings. All I'm going to do is add 1 tablespoon. Right?
Gabriel.
I have to, okay, sorry guys.
You don't have to be that loud.
Right in there. There we go. Consider it a secret ingredient. We're going to add our vegetables. This was 2 carrots chopped. So 3 corn in there. Again, add to taste. Here we've dissolved 1 whole beef stock cube. Just going to pour that in. And then taste as you go. If it needs more salt, add more salt. If it needs more heat, add more heat. So we've added as much water as we needed. If you show them, Jess.
They can see.
So about there. I'm just going to cover that and let it simmer and reduce down just a little bit till it's really thick. You want to make sure your mixture is not too dry. So down here, Jess, if you show them. It's been about 20 minutes and I've been adding water as I go along, just to make sure that the meat is softened. and then keep going. But yeah, you want to keep going for about 20 to 30 minutes. This is all ready to go. Just gonna turn off the heat. And obviously this is way too hot for your pastry.
Your fingers.
And your fingers, but mainly your pastry. The butter just gonna melt right through. It's gonna be, let it cool down to room temperature. So guys, we're back. We've cooled this down sufficiently. I did put it in the fridge because I was waiting too long. Here is our pastry dough. So now I want small patties. You have to divide this into 20. If you want larger ones, you can divide it into 12. We're gonna make smaller ones because it's for a party. We're making chop chop, if you know what that is. Bit of chop chop. So get yourself one of these or a knife, and you just want to start dividing this into the amount that you're trying to make. I'm gonna use a weighing scale to weigh them out as well. Now, roll it into a ball. Roll it out, guys. Get a rolling pin.
So guys, you're gonna roll every single one of these here out.
1 millimeter. Like so. Obviously, if you're making more, you'll only need to do this for 12. But I'm gonna do it for 20. Get your oven preheating. You want it at 185 degrees C. And yeah, let it preheat while you roll this out. If you should grab an egg wash as well. So, just gonna get our egg wash already. You can put milk in here if you wish. 1 and a half in there. And then you will gently stretch that over like so. Grab yourself a fork and then use that to seal your pastry. If you wish, you can grab a knife and then trim that to make it super clean but whole for the pastry to breathe, and then just brush that all over. So just help me assemble all of these. So now we've got all our pastries beautifully egg washed. You want that in the middle shelf. If you can fit them all on one, make sure they all go in the middle shelf. If you can't, try and squeeze them both onto the middle shelf as much as you can. And we're just gonna let that bake for 25 to 30 minutes. We took them out a bit earlier because we have smaller ones, so keep an eye on them. I'm just gonna put them on here to cool down. Cool till it's completely cold, and then we're gonna put them away and enjoy. But yeah guys, thank you so much for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one. If you want to see more, leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. See ya. We're gonna taste it as a little post-credit scene. That is incredible. Just what do you think? I can have a little bit more heat.
It's really nice.
It's really nice. If you want more heat, guys, go for it. But this is pretty incredible. That pastry is so nice. God damn, those are nice, guys. The savoriness from that pastry pairs beautifully with that. Can you see that slight little grease that's carried all that flavor from our filling to the outside, and it's mixed with that buttery pastry. It is incredible. Before you even bite the damn thing, when it touches your tongue, you're like, oh my goodness, that is good. Is that good, guys?
Oh, I already started.
Nice stuff. So you want to make Jamaican patties, but you don't want to go to the store. You don't want to spend £1 per little packet.